Hey everybody, we are back and I want to get into the microphone part of the segment for any singers out there. I want to show you the best microphones out there for Rock Band, Guitar Hero, World Tour, or Band Hero, or for SingStar or any of those Sing games as well. I'm going to be giving you really good microphones for the systems. Now, one thing that you will need when you have to hook up all the stuff is a little bit of a USB hub. This is an original Rock Band USB 2.0 hub. It's always worked really good. I actually have two of these. I have a backup. But because if you had so many dongles, you had your Guitar Hero dongle and your drum dongle and your, if you don't have Bluetooth guitars, and then you had your dongles for your guitars. You had dongles for your keytar, baby. Yeah, I love the keytar. I wish they would have made that available for PS4. Also behind me, you see the Fender Stratocaster Combo, the original full-size guitar, which is super awesome. I wish they would have made that available for Rock Band 4, but never came to fruition. But yes, you'll need this adapter for, you know, all these things you're going to put into your PlayStation 4 or PlayStation 5, depending on what you want to use. So I have it set up. I won't be able to sing to songs because I'll get copyright, but I will be able to test the microphone and show you how it's coming out of a stereo. It's not my TV. It's coming out of a stereo, but it'll be the same, similar, so you can get an idea on all the microphones, which I'm super excited for because I've never seen anybody else do a video like that. So let's go ahead and get started and get with the original OG 2007 release of the Logitech Rock Band microphone right here. This is straight from Logitech. Had the USB, had this giant thing right here. Logitech, super long cord. I would say it is a 20-foot cord. Super awesome. It worked really good, but when you got super close to it, you'd have incredible distortion. And so I definitely want to go back and make sure that I get you all the correct information on this. So I'm looking at my little notes here. But yes, so this is the original Logitech, and if you look on eBay or on Amazon, you can find these still from $10 to $29. And so original, I would say it sounds really good. It does give you the echoey effect, so you can, you know, maybe sound a little bit better when you're singing. But like I said, when you get really close to it, you do get some distortion, and I'll show you that real quick. So let's go hook it up. Mic check, mic check. Now I do have the volume about half, and so the volume's a little bit low. Let's go ahead and turn up the volume just a little bit. I'm about 3 notches down from full volume, and you can hear this microphone. So once again, I think it sounds pretty good. You have a little bit of an echo effect on it, makes you sound a little bit better, but when you got really close to it, you would really distort. And so some people, when they sing for fun, they have to be like right up on the mic. And this was not the mic to do that with. And so I wanted to point that out. They did improve that in the later microphone, which I'll show you. So it picks you up from a good distance, and it was perfect for that. But if you got really close, it's going to distort you pretty bad. And so I wanted to show you that. But this is the original. Also, you could tell from handling the microphone, you got a lot of feedback from the handle, but pretty good microphone in my opinion. Now, the next thing I wanted to show you is the Rock Band 4 microphone that came out. It also had about a 15-foot cable, very, very nice, but it looked more like a regular microphone. And Rock Band 4, and super awesome microphone. Can sing. You have to be a little bit closer on this microphone, but the clarity was awesome. And this is the microphone that if you're doing more rock music, you could scream into this thing and it wasn't going to distort, because the volume level is a little bit lower, but it's absolutely made for people to be right up on it. And so I think that's why they kind of changed that. So let's go ahead and plug this one in. Once again, going into the adapter. There we go. Mic check, mic check. Now the volume is a little bit lower. So when you're playing music, you have to turn the volume a little more if you want to actually hear your voice. But it was pretty clear. It's really clear. They took the echo off it a little bit. But you could be right up in this one, and you can still hear no distortion. Sounds pretty good, those types of things. But you do have to be closer to this one. The farther you get away, the less you'll hear your voice. So very, very cool. Rockband 4. You can still pick this one. It's still kind of expensive at about $39. So you're going to find it is still a little expensive. Still a little bit of effect from handling it, but yes, not bad at all. All right, let's go to the next one, which was the Mad Catz clone. And I just really quick, this sounds exactly, this is a Mad Catz clone, and it was about $10 to $20. And it's basically the Rockband 4 cheaper version, but awesome. So if you want to save some money and still have a good experience, this one is exactly the same. And I just want to show you really quick, still same long cable, 15-foot cable, mic check, still sounds good. Still sounds good here, but you wanted to be up close to this one. But this was the Rockband 4 clone from Mad Catz, and it looks the same. It just doesn't have that logo on it. Still sounds the same as this one, and yes, it sounded pretty damn good. And so if you want an inexpensive mic, Mad Catz Universal, like I said, $10 to $20, definitely very cool. Microphone that you can pick up. All right, let's go to one more corded one that you can pick up. This is the iPega. I still have the box for this one. And this one has an on and off switch. You notice everything that we've talked about so far does not have an on and off switch. So you have to kind of be careful to know that the microphone's always on. But this one has on and off switch. Very cool. I put the windscreen on this one because it does sound a little bit better with it on it, because it does pick up your P's, pa-pa-pas, those types of things a little bit excessively, because it has a little bit more volume. This one, sometimes I actually have to physically plug it into the unit first and then into the hub if I wanted to use it, but let's see if it picks it up. Mic check, mic check, mic check. Nope. So for some reason, the iPega, I have to plug it into the actual PlayStation first without using the hub. So I'm going to plug it into the actual PlayStation unit first, let it register it. It just registered it right there. You can see in the corner. Mic check. It's going to be working right now, but it will work with the hub now if I were to unplug it and plug in the hub. So I'm going to unplug it, plug in the hub. Mic check. Mic. All right. See? Just takes a little bit. I don't know why you have to plug it into the system first for it to register it, and then you can plug it into the hub. But you can see that this one's picking up my voice from far away, and it's got really good volume. So I really like this microphone, actually. It does have some, you can hear it on the handle a little bit, and there's a little bit of rattle on the switch. You can hear that. But for actual sound of the mic, you sound very, very clear. And so the iPega is a very good microphone. It, once again, is about $15 to $29 in there, depending on where you're finding it, but still pretty inexpensive. One of the cheaper microphones. Sometimes I've seen it even cheaper than $15, but it works really good. And I like that it does have that on and off switch, so you can shut it off. Very, very nice. So the iPega is also a good microphone for your rock band or Guitar Hero World Tour or your band hero. But I want to show you one of the coolest ones that I've ever found. And I found this when Rock Band first came out. This is a Blockheads adapter right here. It says Blockheads. I got the microphone right here. Blockheads. And you can kind of find these some places still, like eBay. If you can find these, pick these up if you're a singer, because notice this is quarter jack. And this is a quarter jack adapter for your PlayStation. It does say it works for SingStar PS3, PS3, PS2, Wii, and Xbox 360. It also will work with your PS4 as well. I don't know if it'll register on PS5. But this is the coolest adapter because you can plug in any quarter jack microphone, any microphone. You can plug in your nicest Shure microphone into this and it's going to work, which is really, really cool. I'm just going to use the microphone it's provided with, but I've used it with tons of microphones and it's going to make you sound just like any microphone, any crystal clear microphone. And so let's go ahead and plug it in. It is going to make a noise when you first plug it in, a little feedback noise. Little feedback noise, but then after that, like I said, Mic check. Works instantly, on and off switch on these. Mic, 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 mic. But you sound really clear, and yeah, this is the microphone. I've used other microphones, like I said, a Shure microphone. I have some Pile microphones that I use that sound a little bit more clear, but yeah, this is really, really cool. And one of my favorite accessories, if you can find these, it's called blockheads. Once again, blockheads, microphone kit for gaming. I'll leave a link for anything I can find if I can find anything, but very, very cool. And they will price gouge these because they are kind of rare. $40 probably you're going to find it for, or more. So depending on what they want to charge you for it. But very, very cool because you can plug any quarter jack microphone into your PlayStation with that adapter. So very, very cool. Now the last thing I want to talk about, and so you could also quarter jack a wireless microphone setup into this. So if you wanted to use your best wireless microphones, you could do that as well. Very, very cool. All right, but talking about wireless, this is an inexpensive one I've found. It's not probably 100%, but I would give it a good 88% effectiveness on this. It is from Pam wireless microphone for video game consoles and PC. It says HD, works on the 2.4 gigahertz network there, or frequency. And it does say on the back, though, for best for all karaoke games, it says PS4. It does says PS5. It does say Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S. It says it works for everything. It sounds pretty universal to me. It is between $14 to $25, so it's relatively inexpensive. I do like some of its features. It is very cool. It does have a button. It does have mute as well, and on and off. You can turn it on and off. It does come with its 2.4 gigahertz adapter dongle, so you do have to hook it in with a dongle. Let's plug that in. It does register right away. So you hold it to turn it on, and you got the blue button. We're on. And it is really loud. So I actually turned down the volume with this one a little bit because it does have a little bit of a hiss. So I'll go back to half volume, and that's a little bit better. But it's still pretty loud, and it does work very, very well. And once again, it does have a mute as well. One tap, it is off, it's muted. Now it's back on. So when you mute it, it makes a noise, but when you tap it, it doesn't make the noise, which is kind of weird. But it does work pretty well, in my opinion. Wireless, you can walk around. There is a little bit of, I just want to get close to this. There's a little bit of, there is the hiss, and there's a little bit of crackle in there. But when everything is going, when you're playing drums, bass, guitar, the music going in the background, you're not going to really hear that. You're just going to hear your voice. And like I said, it does have really good volume. So I do like this. It is light. It does feel really cheap in my opinion, but you hold it to shut it out completely off. But it does work, like I said, 88% in my opinion. I'm going to just take a star off for the crackle and the hiss, which the hiss is not overbearing. It's not overbearing. It's there, but it's not overbearing. And like I said, when everything's working, you're going to be able to hear everything. So I think it's not too bad. All right, guys. So hopefully that was a good overview on some microphones that you guys need to pick up if you're gaming. SingStar, Rockband, Guitar Hero World Tour, or Band Hero. Those are some all good microphones. I've been dying to make this video for a long time with this lot of information. All right, guys, I will leave links for everything that I can in the description, so please check that out for all that information. Thank you guys so much for hanging around, watching the video, and enjoying, hopefully, some bringing back some memories in Rock Band. Hopefully the microphone test will be really good for you guys. For any Rock Band fans, Guitar Hero fans, SingStar fans, those will definitely help improve some of your microphones if you guys want to go from a corded one now to a wireless one, or if you can find those blockhead adapters. Very cool. Or if anybody knows of any other cool adapters like those blockhead adapters that are available for gaming, let me know in the comments as well. It'd be cool to share that knowledge so everybody out there can enjoy Rock Band, Guitar Hero, and Band Hero, or any of the SingStar games as well, to have a really good microphone that you can have fun with, because it is really cool to have a wireless microphone these days and walk around without that cord. So thank you so much for tuning in. It's been DJ Martini Midwest. Please like, subscribe, and share if this is helpful at all, and I can't wait to see you on my next video or tutorial. We'll catch you guys all later.